The two most powerful warriors are patience and time. The two most powerful. Patience and our lovely time. Oof. This one's by Leo Tolstoy. I should know who this guy is, but I'm not sure. The picture I have of him seems like an old fella. He's got the grey old beard, the grey hair. He's got those wise eyebrows. You know, the ones that kind of like cringe a bit. They're just like... I've got cringy eyebrows, so y'all know he's wise, like me. Leo Tolstoy. I think he's a writer, philosopher, scientist. You know, I'm just guessing right now, so like, don't even bother asking me who he is. But he wrote some deep shit. The two most powerful warriors. You know what that means? Warriors. Oh, I know all about warriors. And the best warriors, they stand against the test of time. Do you know what that means? If you have to stand against time, that means you are standing against the mightiest warrior. I don't know anyone who's ever defeated time before. Never heard of them. But one day, one of us will. Maybe one day I will. But time also has a sidekick that works very well with time. If anything, as long as the sidekick works well with time and you happen to synergize and work well with the sidekick, you can conquer a lot of things. Patience. It's pretty much the shadow of time. No, shadow. I don't want to use shadow. That the connotations aren't as lovely. It's the radiation of time. I don't know. I tried to sound poetic there. I failed, obviously. But you know, like patience and time, they got something to do with each other. Because patience is working with time. It's understanding what time can do. We say that they are, well, Leo says they're the most powerful warriors because in the end, how can you beat either of them? If you're trying to beat someone or beat time, if you're trying to beat someone with patience, you're beating someone who's working. You're trying to beat someone who's working alongside with time. They're riding along with time. They're cool. They can go for ages. They can wait for ages. And you, while you start to get more insecure because you're not working with time, you don't want to work with time. You're in a rush. You're trying to get more control. You're trying to go against the flow. You're going to lose. Because in the end, the best of us know that the flow of the universe, that's the most powerful vibration that no one can ever overcome. I'm not sure if there has been an account yet if someone was able to overcome the flow of life and the universe. Because the only way we can measure the flow of time and the universe is by this construct of human civilization that we call time. A lot argue that time doesn't even exist and it's all just like an idea. Yeah, fair enough. But while our lower intellect is still at this level, this is all we can understand of how things flow. They pass with time. When you become more in tune with the flow and understand how patience can help, you're already on your road to growth. Because growth requires the idea of time. Nothing's just going to grow, boom, in a split second and be 100 feet tall. Nah. You need it. You need to give whatever it is that's growing time to grow by the inches, by the small percentages that time allows. You need to slowly add all the building blocks, the the bricks, the fundamentals of information and knowledge required, the development of skill, the growth of excellence, form, structure, understanding. Growth requires time. And when you work with that, you become powerful. You can become close. You come close to becoming one of the most powerful warriors, but you'll never be the ultimate warrior. Ultimate warrior. You'll never become the ultimate, which is time, and its best friend, patience. Sometimes patience and time can be very dangerous as well, because there are situations where two parties in battle with each other and are both evenly matched. They let time take over to discover who the winner is. And in those situations, oh man, time is so powerful that all it leaves is destruction. I'm talking about situations where there's a war of attrition. That's when time becomes extremely dangerous. Because if both parties don't see what's happening, or they don't acknowledge how dangerous time could be when they're at a state of attrition, and when they're just slowly killing each other off, knowing that there's probably not going to be a true victor, that's when the goddess of time will slowly punish those in charge. And punish them by destroying all that they have, slowly but surely. Destruction, decay. Those are the weapons of time. Destruction, deceleration, death. But the other weapons of time, thank goodness, are construction, maintenance, life. So long as we know how to work together with the goddess of time, we can make a true difference in our life. As time lingers on and keeps us in a certain position, once we're in a certain position for an established length of time, I keep saying time, that's the opportunity where we can sit and reflect of what's now familiar. When we sit and reflect on what is now familiar, of what has been happening over and over and over again, through that reflection, hopefully, we can see what changes are required for growth, for betterment, or if not, just for change. Whether that change be destruction or construction. We are beings that, how do I say, thrive? No, we are better. We are best optimized with flows, things coming up and down, because we're creatures of seasons, whether you like it or not. Even though, a lot of civilization has fixed environments for us where we can just stay in one season, all in, all out, and be apparently consistent no matter what. The truth is, all natural beings, we're all seasonal things. We're seasonal beings. And there are times of great growth, times of rest, times of stagnancy, and times for success. When we can understand that this flow is natural and be at peace with that, that's when we have true power. Because some might look at someone who's in the flow and they'll be like, man, how come this guy's always doing so well? How come this guy's always like, whenever he comes out, he does amazing? Because you don't see this, but he takes his time to go with the flow, and he understands like, all right, there's time for rest, time for chill, time for not working too hard. And then, we're almost up to, the finals in the season. Now we're going to amp up our work. Now we're going to go harder and harder. And they start redlining. And they perform at their peak. And that's when you'll see them at their best. And then you don't see them for a bit. Because that's when it's the cool off period. I know I'm talking very general, but you'll see it in sportsmanship. You'll see it, in a sense, in entrepreneurship and workflow. When there's a new idea, boom, you got to make it boom, and you come up with all the ideas. Then there's a stagnant period where you let things settle, and then you let the system, the business, the enterprise grow and catch up with the flow. And then once things are flowing and are settled, boom, you can make another growth. All that's just working with time. And working with time is incorporating the mindset of patience. Patience helps a lot. That's something I kind of need to learn. Because sadly with me, and it comes to my physical health and my physical well-being, I'm a bit impatient with that. Sadly, I need to always remind myself that I am not as physically fit as my peers, as my contemporaries. Fair enough, I might be the same age as everybody, and they might see my physical strength or my physical prowess in some instances, and they'll be like, you know what? Oh yeah, he's good. He's normal. He's talking normally. Like, he doesn't sound like he has any mental cognitive problems. But the truth is, I do. And I only show people what I want to present for the performance. But the truth about me is that biologically, physiologically, the truth, what you guys don't see behind the scenes, is that my growth, my recovery, and my natural state is very weak. Not weak, let's just say, not as optimized as a normal fellow. I'm riddled with ailments and diseases. I don't show it. I definitely don't present it when I express myself. But I fatigue a lot easier than most people. And my recovery for anything, it actually takes a lot longer than usual. Sometimes people are like, oh, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? You can do this, you can do that, blah, 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 blah. And I just laugh. I'm like, yeah. But the truth is, I don't take on such tasks that normal people do and normally do, because I understand myself. I understand that my rate of regeneration is not the same. And whether they all like it or not, or whether everyone else understands it or not, I have to sit back. I have to work with the good man, patience, so that I can make the most of myself and do the best that I can do when I need to. But like I said, I get very impatient with my body sometimes, and then I say the stupid things that a lot of us usually say, that, oh, they're doing it, they're doing this, I might as well do it. That means I can do it too. Yes, I can. But the mistake I make is I forsake the physical structure and physiology that I'm dealing with, this not so optimized physical body. And then I end up injuring myself, breaking bones, putting myself out for several days, weeks. And people are always like, oh man, how come like you disappeared for a bit? They don't understand. I'm actually just in my cave in complete dormancy. Dormancy? Doormat? I don't know, I'm hibernating in the cave. I'm like a bear. I need to hibernate, whether I like it or not. It sucks, but I gotta do. And yeah, I have to be patient with my physical body and understand that comparison, the thief of all joy, is working against me. This comparison, they're all doing it. He's doing it. I can do it too. I know I can do it. But I can't continually do it like everyone. Well, not yet. Not until I build up and consolidate this classic vehicle that I'm working with. It's got its perks. It's got its finesses. Some which I don't need to speak about. Some will attest for, but that's nobody's business. But whatever you guys are seeing right now, this is someone that works with time and patience, because I know they're powerful. When you want to succeed, when you want to be very accomplished, especially in civilization and the civil world, I know there's pride by sticking by, this and being loyal to this and loving this. But if you truly want to get to the top, the most efficient way is to join those that win. Join the most powerful. Because when you're on the field with the most powerful, you're besides those who get the bigger, better opportunities. Because they're in the position to create and open bigger, better opportunities. It sounds selfish, but if you want to go high in the corporate world, man, try to join those big companies, the ones that are winning. Because they're the ones that will take you further. The ones still striving, good luck to them. You don't have to join them, but if you only care about yourself and you want that success, man, you got to join the big dogs. Because you're more likely to find success. And you're more likely to have a chance to show what you're really worth by working at that elite level. If you don't ever get the chance to work at an elite level, how can you find the limitation of your eliteness or the extent of your excellence? You gotta join the big dogs. You gotta at least work together with them. The big dogs like time, patience, growth. Big dog. Woof woof. Signing out.